Last lesson, you stripped the emotional words out of your instructions. You stopped telling the AI how you wanted to feel about the result and started telling it what should actually happen. That was the warm-up. Now, we give that precision a structure. 3 questions that pin down absolutely any task, whatever it is, whoever you are. Answer all 3, and there is nothing left for the AI to guess. Skip any one of them, and that one gap is exactly where the work goes wrong. Here they are, inputs, output, done. So here's what you'll walk away able to do. By the end of this, you'll be able to take any task on your list, write the follow-up email, summarize the call, pull the weekly numbers, and define it so completely that you could hand it to the AI or to a brand new assistant and get something usable back on the first try instead of the 5th. 3 questions, run on 1 task. That's the whole move. And the 3rd question, the one almost everyone skips, is the one that does the heavy lifting. So we're going to spend real time on it. Let's take the questions one at a time, because each one closes a specific way the AI fails you. And I want you to notice, as we go, that answering these 3 questions is not busy work before the real work. Answering them is the real work. The AI does the producing. You do the defining. That's the deal. And the defining is the part that's actually yours. Question 1, what goes in? The inputs. What does the AI need in hand to do this task at all? The call transcript, last week's report, so it matches the format. The 3 bullet points the email is based on. The customer's order history. Here's why this one matters so much. If a task needs a piece of information and you don't hand it over, the AI does the worst possible thing with the gap. It doesn't stop and ask you for it. It fills it in. It makes something up that looks plausible and keeps going. So you name explicitly every input the task requires, and you make sure each one is actually attached. No missing input means no room to invent one. Question 2, what must come out? The output, and I don't mean a summary, or an email. I mean the exact shape, 5 bullet points, a 3-paragraph email, a table with these 3 columns and no others, a yes or no answer, plus 1 sentence of why. Because here's the thing, the AI is going to produce some shape no matter what. If you don't specify it, it picks one. And the one it picks is almost never the one in your head. You were imagining a tight 3-line reply. It hands you 7 paragraphs. Name the shape you want exactly, and you get that shape back. Leave it open, and you're rewriting the format every single time. Question 3, how will you know it's right? This is the definition of done, and this is the one nearly everyone leaves out. It's also, by a distance, the most valuable of the 3. So don't rush it. The question is simple. What has to be true for you to look at the result and say, yes, that's correct, I can use this? Maybe the numbers match the source exactly. Maybe every action item has a name attached to it. Maybe it sounds like you, not like a generic template. Maybe nothing confidential slipped in. Those are your done conditions. And here's the part that should land hard. If you can't write down how you check whether the AI got it right, then you can't actually tell when it gets it wrong. So you'll do one of 2 bad things. You'll rubber stamp output you never really checked, or you'll reinspect every single result by hand forever, because you never defined what good enough was. Neither of those is leverage. Leverage is when the AI does the work and you can verify it fast, against a standard you set on purpose. There's a name for what you're doing when you answer those 3 questions, and it's becoming the core skill of working with AI: specification, writing the spec. The case people are starting to make, Nate B. Jones is one of the clearer voices on it, is that the highest value thing a person does now isn't producing the work by hand. It's specifying the work precisely enough that something else can produce it for you. That's the shift the whole job is going through. And inputs, output, done is specification in its simplest, most usable form. You don't need a template or a framework. You need to be able to answer 3 questions about a task in writing. And notice what writing that spec actually does to your relationship with the AI. Without a spec, you're hoping. You toss a loose request over the wall and pray something good comes back. With a spec, you're directing. You hand over a clear, checkable assignment, and you know what you're getting. That's the difference between feeling like you're wrestling the tool and feeling like the tool is an extension of you. And it's not magic. It's the work of writing the 3 answers down. This is the thing I keep coming back to in this whole course. The leverage isn't the AI doing the work for free. The leverage is you doing the defining. So the AI's output is finally worth something. You can't set it and forget it. You have to write the spec accurately, or the speed just gets you to the wrong answer faster. One more way to see why these 3 carry so much weight. Together, they're a contract. The AI knows what it's getting, the inputs. It knows what it owes you back, the output. And it knows what acceptable means. Done. Hand a vague assignment to a person and they'll struggle too. The difference is a sharp person stops and asks you a follow-up question before they go off and build the wrong thing. The AI mostly won't. It'll confidently fill the gap and hand you something that looks finished. So your spec has to carry everything a careful person would have stopped to ask about, because the AI isn't going to stop and ask. Let me run all 3 on one real task so you can see how fast it actually goes. The task: write a follow-up email after a sales call. Inputs: the call transcript plus 1 line from you on whether this was a hot lead or a maybe, because the email leans differently depending on which. Output: a 3-paragraph email. Paragraph 1 references something specific the person said on the call. Paragraph 2 gives the single clear next step. Paragraph 3 is a soft close. In my voice. No exclamation points. Done. It names a real detail from the actual call, not a generic pleasantry. It has exactly 1 call to action, not 3. And it reads like me, not like a template 1,000 other people are sending. That's it. That's the whole spec. Now look at what just happened. There is almost nothing left for the AI to guess. You could hand that to the AI or to a new hire on their first morning and get back something you'd actually sent. On the first attempt, not the 5th. That is what a defined task looks like. And notice it took about 4 sentences to write. The defining isn't the slow part. Skipping the defining is what makes everything downstream slow. The rewrites, the re-explaining, the no, not like that. You say 5 times. You pay for clarity once, up front, or you pay for vagueness over and over. So here's your move, and you do it in writing. That part matters, because a spec in your head isn't a spec, it's a hope. Take 1 AI task off your list and answer the 3 questions on paper. What goes in? What must come out? How you'll know it's right? Do not skip the 3rd one. Done is the question that catches the mistakes before they reach a customer, a boss, anyone. When you've got real answers to all 3 written down, the task is genuinely defined. It's no longer something you're hoping the AI handles. It's something you're directing it to do. And that points us straight at the next lesson, the last move of this module. Because once you've defined a task this well, you do not want that definition trapped in your head, where you have to reconstruct it from scratch every single time you run the task. You want it written down in a file, so the task runs the same way every time, so the AI stops re-guessing on every run. And so the work you just did, defining it, pays you back again and again. That's where we're headed next. I'll see you there.